Hello, this is Dr. Cunningham. I decided to pop up on TikTok again today because I'm in the mood for sharing. And when I say sharing, because from my perspective and growing up with this phrase, and you all know the cliche, sharing is caring. And I really do care, and also have had my own personal experiences with regards to grief. I have lost a very significant loved ones in my life. Since a very young age. And so I've learned how to cope with grieving through most stages of my life, essentially childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. So today I would like to share how can we implement rituals in order to remember loved ones that have passed on, and or if you are grieving due to a recent loss. First off, I hope that you are able to find comfort and is still able to find joy and able to still think about fond memories, regardless of at what point you are in your grieving process. Grief is a very normal process of life. At some point, everyone knows what it means to lose something in their life, whether it's a loved one or a change of place and space, life the way it once was. Each and every one of us at some point in time will know what it is to grieve. And so I extend my heart to yours in hopes that this post today will bring some form of solace to you, or at least a way to cope. Okay, so there's a particular book that I actually utilized this previous semester during a course that I was teaching, Counseling Through the Lifespan, and I thought they did an excellent job with defining how to create rituals. So rather than just telling you about rituals I've utilized, I'd rather share with you, how do you create your own? How do you create your own for yourself as well as for your family? And again, I'm a family therapist, so I will share information with you today that will be relevant for those whom are in your family and or community. So if it's a part of a group and or for your family, you can utilize particular rituals or ways of creating these rituals. So specifically, the book that I'm referring to today is The Expanded Family Life Cycle: Individual, Family, and Social Perspectives. And the most recent edition is a 5th edition. Authors Monica McGoldrick, Nydia Garcia Prado, and Betty Carter. Okay, so let's go. There's one ritual quote that I really liked from the particular chapter where they were discussing how to create meaningful rituals. And this is what it says from McGoldrick, Prado, and Carter. Every culture makes rituals, anchoring us with the past and where each of us comes from, while simultaneously moving us into the future. Rituals capture and express the duality of continuity and change, and constancy and transformation required for families and cultures. So I just want to make sure I highlight that, because these rituals today, even though we're specifically addressing loss of a loved one, whether it's the death of a loved one who is a person and or if it's a pet, there's still a way to honor one's culture, honor one's family. And so let's discuss, what are some of the guidelines that we can utilize in order to design and implement rituals? So according to this book, rituals are created within the context of relationships. So rituals are opportunities to highlight transitional phases and stages. So remember the relationship that you had with the loved one, because it will help you to create the ritual itself. And then you can search for the appropriate symbols and symbolic acts of the individual, for the family, the ethnic group, and cultural groups. Such symbols and metaphorical action should connect the family with the familiar, while also leading to the unfamiliar. So what was or what is, and then what will be. Okay. Design the ritual with a focus on special time and special spaces. Thus, rituals may occur at a particular time or over time. A sense of connection to the past, present, and future is made. The ritual may occur in a therapy session, or say at home, or some other agreed upon place, such as by a body of water, in the woods, or in a cemetery. It depends on where you feel comfortable. Determine if the ritual requires witness or witnesses. And then the ritual may include opposite actions. Thus, what I mean is, holding on may be alternated with letting go in a single ritual, or a ritual of termination or separation may be followed by a ritual of renewal or celebration. And involve the family in co-designing the ritual to facilitate imagination that may lead to problem solving and enhancing function. A sense of humor and playfulness are also used when appropriate. Okay, even around the rituals regarding grief or mourning, it's okay to still be humorous and playful. I can't tell you how many times my family and I have had great laughs while discussing the loss of my father, say for example, when I was younger, and even now as I'm older. And also remain open to the family's development of the ritual. Include their choice not to perform the ritual. Readiness must be carefully gauged and respected. In successful rituals, and its outcome ultimately belong to the family. And so this is what I want to make sure that I highlight, the respect of the family and when you all choose collectively to implement the ritual. So if someone's not ready, then that means you're holding off on the ritual. When people are ready, then implement the ritual and make sure that you include everyone so everyone has co-created the ritual so they feel comfortable and a part of the process, the grieving, the mourning process. Okay, and it's all very healing. What I can tell you is that my family and I have planted a tree. We've made candles and decorated the candles, and where the candle holders were, placed a picture of my father on the candle. We discussed it. We, discussed fond memories. We had a few laughs. We've actually sat down and recorded just so that we could incorporate many sides of the family, because I have a lot of family, you guys, literally a lot of nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, cousins. And so we made sure everyone was included. And so everyone was able to share, pre-prepared what they were going to say, but still cried, hugged, laughed, had a good meal. Because, in our family, a love language that's missing is a meal. If you could have some food, that speaks somebody's language. Yes, it does. And it actually, amongst a lot of cultures, food brings families together. And then we laugh, and then we heal together. So it's important to be mindful of how can you utilize rituals in order to remember someone who's gone on. And again, it's important to make sure that you respect the time and the space that you utilize, and if everyone's ready to implement the ritual. So I hope that information is helpful to you today. And ultimately, let's continue to attain, refine, and thrive. So until next time, you all have an excellent day and enjoy your holiday season. Now, if you found what I shared helpful, consider going to my website where you can find a workbook that I created with rituals included. And so my website is www.necllc.website. On the website, go to my product page. You will see a workbook for families where you can implement rituals together, and or a webinar with about an hour and a half, just a plethora, literally research of about 50, 60 years worth regarding grief and how to cope with grief within the context of families. So I hope that information is helpful to you. Again, let's continue to attain, refine, and thrive, and enjoy your holiday season.